Alright, so we finally got a little bit more info on the upcoming One Piece movie. Apparently it's supposed to be called One Piece Film Gold. Now it seems as though they're sticking with that film title or whatever, like the last one was Film Z, this one is Film Gold. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of liking the title because it kind of sounds hype, you know. I love when they say like categorizing and stuff like that, like, you know, when Pokemon had the gold and silver games or whatever, stuff like that. I kind of get a little kick out of that or whatever, and I'm just already theorizing what the hell it could be. But let's talk a little bit about the specifics on the news that came out in regards to this besides the title. The first 2016 issue of Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine will reveal on Monday that the 13th One Piece film is titled One Piece Film Gold and will open in Japan on July 23rd. So we're getting a summer movie for One Piece. The same issue will also reveal that original manga creator Eiichiro Oda will serve as the film's executive producer, as well as being credited with the original work. Obviously, he's the original creator of One Piece. Hello! Oda also served as the executive producer for the previous film in the franchise One Piece Film Z. So pretty much at the end of the day, this could be that it's kind of like Film Z, where it felt like it could be canon, but ultimately it doesn't work fitting into the canon as well. So that's unfortunate because we don't really know. Even though Oda was, you know, holding the same position last time, look what happened with Film Z. People try to fit it into canon, but ultimately it still doesn't really fit because in New World they went straight to their next destination and there wasn't really a time gap and things wasn't like that where that story could technically fit. Although Zet, I would love to believe that he is still a canon character and the events that happened to him ultimately did happen in One Piece, so you never know. But with Film Gold, now some people get confused or whatever, they think his name is Gold D. Roger, but it's Gold D. Roger, but a lot of people are theorizing maybe this got something to do with Roger. If it is, I would fucking love it, but I think if it's anything major with Roger, it's going to be in the actual manga. I don't know if Oda would allow something like that to happen in a film. I mean, it would be hype as a motherfucker, but I mean, it could be something where something simple as like a clone of Roger or something like that, or somebody that was on Roger's level and he loved Gold Roger, so he called himself Gold. It could be something along the lines of that. It could be where Roger originally got the name of people calling him Gold Roger, and maybe somebody has that same type of status, or maybe somebody that has the same devil fruit that Roger had, even though up until this point anyway, we don't really know if Roger had one. It seems as though he didn't, and he basically fucked up the world and became Pirate King without one, which just is badass as fuck, but we don't necessarily know. So there's a couple different things. To be honest with you, I really hope that it does have something to do with Roger, because that's the only thing we can latch on right now based off the title. And there are some theories going around as far as like, which I think have been going on around for a while now. It's, you know, Gold Roger, so to speak, even though it's Gold D, but Gold Roger, Silver's Rayleigh, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's somebody that has to do with bronze or whatever. So maybe something to do with Roger again. Like, that's really the only thing I can come up with. And I hope it's something really awesome. I hope it's like Film Z. And I guess if they're trying to escalate it, because we had somebody from, you know, the Roger era with the Strong World film, somebody that was really strong like that. And then we had a strong, I believe Z was an admiral, Zetho was an admiral, or a former vice admiral, or former admiral, something along the lines of that. So where do you escalate from there? Maybe there was someone that was Pirate King prior to Roger's era that we don't really know about. I'm looking forward to seeing what the hell this is. Either way, cool little title. We're getting it July 23rd. Well, we're not getting it because it'll be a while before we actually get it over here, because One Piece films don't, you know, Japanese films in general, they take a while to get to us. So either way, looking forward to it. I really hope we have a theatrical release, because we haven't had one for One Piece. We've had Naruto films, obviously Dragon Ball Z films. I would like to get One Piece film in theaters as well, especially Film Gold. This sounds like it's going to be hype, and whenever we do get a trailer, I will talk about it, but for now, that's the info we have. But let me know what you guys think. Any theories as to what this film could be? Do you think it's going to be indeed about Goldie Roger? Maybe it could be like some special gold that they're looking for, something to do with the One Piece. That would be pretty hype as well. But again, a lot of these big things, Roger, the One Piece and stuff like that, I feel as though it's going to be more contained to the manga, but you never know, especially if Oda is heavily involved, although I don't know how he's going to be heavily involved considering he's heavily involved in the manga, and whenever he does take a break, I'd imagine he takes a break for, you know, purposes of like getting some Z's. Them 20-hour work shifts, 21-hour work shifts ain't no joke. And overall thoughts of this, I'm excited for this film. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more videos, make sure to subscribe. But I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.